How'd you sum up the day?
Little bit of weather. Rio Grande Valley did a good job. I mean, in both segments, when we played earlier today and later, they put together good at-bats. Man, I think just from a fan standpoint, Bonilla's deal's pretty cool. There are not many college baseball pitchers after a 3-hour delay come back and try to get through 5 innings. I thought that was very admirable. I got a lot of respect for the kid for doing that. Seemed like he's a competitor, and he held us down. We scored 4 runs on him, but not many kids would do that, and we wouldn't ask many. But if you, again, I just thought that was something that through the day you can, a lot of respect for the kid for doing that.
I was going to ask you if you were surprised to see him come back out there, because I mean, you wouldn't really.
I wasn't surprised because he's a senior, pitched in junior college 2 years, and I think, pitching in this game today meant a lot to him, and that's obviously you could see that.
What did you think of your guys pitching-wise before the delay, Connor and Jacob?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we let a mistake in the infield kind of, go to 3 runs with the 3-run home run, and then after that, I guess you walk a couple guys and you go to the bullpen and don't make some pitches, and it ends up being 7, and so not good. I mean, those guys didn't execute a lot of pitches, and so you got to be better there.
Brady pitching today for the second time.
Yeah.
Of course, we saw him a month ago.
Right.
What has his progress been like over the past month, and what do you think again having him back out there?
Yeah, I think his command's coming. I don't think it's where it needs to be with the fastball or the breaking ball or the changeup. But again, like Brady's story's pretty cool. I mean, for a guy to be where, just to go through what he went through and to be on the mound, that's something to be said for that.
With all the guys you used today, who's on the board for tomorrow and available?
Yeah, most of the guys that are on the weekend, would be available out of the bullpen. We'll have to check on a couple of them. Have to check on Perko and Siebert, I would say. Parrish was on the board today, and so we'll pick a starter and kind of go from there.
I was going to say, do you know who's starting yet? So
we hadn't got to it yet.
This is a little more frustrating just coming off the weekend that you had and not being able to carry that momentum.
Yeah, it's college baseball. I mean, when you turn around and you play a 1 o'clock game after a weekend, it takes an awful lot of maturity. It takes awful good pitching and defense to go out there and establish that, hey man, we're here to play today. And sometimes it takes an offense a little longer to get going, no matter what, just because, especially when it's a quick turnaround, and that's not an excuse for anybody, and that's not discrediting their pitching any. But it's, I thought I thought there were some guys looked a little tired today. I don't know if that's because of the 1 o'clock start, and they didn't have the day to kind of get ready for the game. But we did have 3 hours of rest, right, in the middle of the afternoon, and got to come back and play. And we're just down 6, I think, when we restarted, 6 or 7. And so the opportunity was there. And again, so I think it's just frustrating. I mean, I've seen it a bunch of times. So it's frustrating when you, again, like you want to keep the game in hand, where you can go try to win the game whenever that presents itself.
Logan Beavis, early in the season, early in conference play, worked himself into a pretty big high leverage role out of the bullpen. And
yeah.
Now his ERA's over 7.
Right.
Has he just kind of lost some command? What do you
Seems
see?
like it. Seems like it. Maybe a little confidence, maybe a little command. It takes a lot of toughness, right? Mental toughness. Everybody talks about closers and guys in high leverage roles. You have to kind of learn from the game and move on and go the next day. And he probably hadn't done that as good as he needs to. Probably needs to move on. And so yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there.
Anything else?
Good.
All right, so, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.